Hello and welcome to another Build a Terminator. I was going to do more Ferrari this week, but I just couldn't help myself not to come back to do these two parts, 99 and 100. This is the big one because I've had a look inside already, and by the end of this I will have not only attached the lower leg but also finished the foot. So it's it's a very significant milestone. Okay, in 99, as you can see, it's more toes and more bits of the lower leg. This is quite strange. In this stage, it says to arrange them with the numbers up so that you can then join these two bits together, and that's with the grub screw. But then in the one below, which is that one, it says to have them again with the numbers facing downwards. So up, down, all around. You know how it goes. We're going to be putting the grub screw in there, and then we're going to be flipping them over. No, wait a minute. Numbers up that side. Like so. It's even more confusing. Okay, so grub screw in there, then flip them over when they're joined together. And then we're going to have that other part in there with the one of the pins and the plastic sleeve. Anyway, it will all make sense once I've done it. What a royal mess I've made of that one. Look at that. What a state. But at least that one's nice and flush and nice and smooth. Let's hope I don't see that one too well. Next, I need my little set of wind chimes from the previous part, and I'm taking this very long piece of plastic there, and we're putting that into the one on the right hand side as you're looking at it there. So, and that gets screwed in with this really long screw slotted through that hollow pin there. Okay, that's in there. It's a very weird design, that little nondescript part, because you keep screwing it and nothing seems to be happening, and it's always wobbly, and it's still wobbly at the end, but it is actually tightened right down there as far as it will go, so it does stop at the end. You think it's just going to keep going forever, but luckily not. So that being done, I'm then looking for a little slot which is there. Trying to see whether this camera is picking it up. You can probably see it, I'm guessing. And then you're matching up that slot to that slot right there, and you're test fitting this to make sure that it's nice and flush, which it is. There you go. Contrary to what I thought it was saying, it's actually saying that you do need to put these on permanently at this stage. So on top of this bit goes this piece, which is a really nice looking plasticky detail that doesn't actually look like plastic. As you can see, it's easy to line it all up. Great big hole there and a great big pin there. That's where you're aiming for it to go all around the shin, which is starting to sound a bit Chinese. Okay, it's all fitted on there, and then you need to screw that in with one of these beauties, a very, very chunky screw, right through the hole there. Well, I can tell you one thing for certain, that's not going anywhere in a hurry. Next, you need to take these triangle bits, pull those off of, cut them very carefully off of there with a proper knife on a proper cutting board, and then you are gluing the little pegs there and gluing them in there, and another one on there. It says apply a little super glue to the pegs. I mean, come on, you know what's going to happen. This is me we're talking about. Little bit splurged out there, sadly. Hopefully I can somehow deal with that in the future, which is coincidentally where this Terminator's from. But that side is very nice indeed. And that takes me to the end of 99. So now, drum roll please, because if like me you're lucky enough to know how to count you'll know it's now time for the big 100. Let's have a look. Okay, there's lots of fiddly parts in this part, and there's a couple of things that I really do not enjoy, which is the rubber washers on the end of the plastic tendons. As you can see, you get quite a few bits. It's going to be fiddly, but by the end, we're really going to be getting somewhere. My God, look at these before I start. Huge grub screws, and I've just realised where exactly they're for. They're the bars that go through the side of the foot, and that's what you use to join all the toes together, which you will see a little bit later. First of all, it's the final toe, so let's do this one fully, shall we? And properly. The numbers need to be facing downwards, and you've got the long side, the long end that way, and just checking the numbers are down. Yes, there you go, number 5. That is facing down, and you don't need that bit. And this bit is apparently facing up, because there's the little circle in the middle, and there's my little circle in the middle there. Let's get this screwed in with the little grub screw, which I'm just going to find. So that is in there. And next, we're going through the short end of that piece with the number facing down, putting that over the top there. And then we're fixing that in, of course, with one of these pins and one of the plastic sleeves. As soon as I find a plastic sleeve. Oh, there we go. There's 3 of them. Ugh, do you know what? Last one, and I thought, you're going down no matter what it takes. Be nice to me. But no, it still looks a total wreck. So next, it's just the toe on the end. The nice bit. Another plastic sleeve and the final plastic pin. You see? Look at that. That looks great. Not so much that one. Anyway, there we have it. It's the final toe. Okay, next is a case of arranging these, lining these up like soldiers in the correct order, ready to put onto the foot. There we have it. Company standing to attention. Number 1 has to be the smooth pins facing outward. Luckily the top one's not too shockingly bad on that one. Right down to 5, and the outside has to be facing that way. That is looking shockingly bad. What we're doing here is we're taking the foot and putting each toe in order on the bottom part first. So you're sliding it up through there, lining up the hole, and then you're sticking the really long grub screw from the end through each of the toes until you've threaded them all. You can see the principle there. So you do the toes one by one and get the other one hooked on there, push that through, and so on until you reach the end. So you get the idea. There you go. They're all jingling and jangling around there. And here comes the genius part, because then you lift these up, each of these, and you hook them on the top, like so, with each of these. Threading, of course, another one of these through the top. It won't look much like a lady comb after this. That is what you call a genius of design. That is the other foot. Complete. Look at that. So cool. You may notice a slight continuity error. That's because I've opened my curtains and it's daylight again. Hooray. And also, there's the final foot, which I think I've actually already shown you. So there it is again. It's a great foot. So why not show it twice? Next, I'm taking this piece of very long plastic and sticking these two either end. The smaller bit goes in the top and the larger bit goes in the bottom, and there's no glue required, which, let's face it, is probably a good thing. Look at that, no glue required. It really is true. And there we have it. That was a nice stage. And once again, we're fitting this into the end of that, and it can only go in one more hole. Well, it could go in the middle, but it's never going to go there because that's where you attach the bottom of the leg to the top of the knee. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it goes in the slightly longer end, not the stubby end there. So, time to get this screwed in with one of these very long screws you can see there, and that's through this one. And there we have it. It says note that the leg parts are not rigidly fixed. They're designed to move around slightly. I'd call that a bit more than slightly, but there you have it. That is the lower leg nearly complete. Oh yes, we've arrived, people. It's time to check that hole there, match it with the peg that's on the bottom there, and fix that on. And that's being screwed in with just one of these big thick screws with a washer on the end of it. The washer's fallen off, but obviously I'm going to put the washer back on again and get this secured on. Well, that was an epic struggle, but you know what they say, you have to go there to come back. That is finally on there, and just when I'd finally managed to get it on, this bit came springing off, and the other side is definitely not springy or loose. So what I did was pulled it away a bit from the rest of the leg, put some super glue under that tab and that tab. Actually, no, there are only two tabs. And then held it in place, and it's nice and hopefully permanently secured there now. So I'm happy about that. But we're not done yet. I have to do some more sombrero screw fixing with two of these and the rubber washers over the end. Same deal as always. Okay, and now we are shoving these into both of these smaller tendons there, and then we're shoving this one, the longest one, into the thickest tendon, which is that one there. Got to be honest, I'm completely baffled because I'm not sure why these have washers on, because they just come straight out again. So doesn't seem to be any point at all in even screwing that washer on, because it doesn't stay in there. And as you can see, that is pretty much as loose as you could have it, and yet it doesn't stay in. So who knows what the point of that was. They've made me do something for literally no reason. I'm swapping them over here just in case they're specific to the which side tendon it's on, but no, same deal, they just fall out. So that one I can understand falling out because that doesn't have a washer on. But yeah, a bit weird. Anyway, they won't be coming out at all because they're going to be fitted onto the bottom of the foot around there. So they're never going to need to be popped out or anything. There's no danger of them popping out. I just find it very strange that they want you to put a rubber washer thing on for no reason at all. Anyway, that being said, that brings us to a rather rocky and taxing 99 and 100. I hope you have enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching right until the end if you have done that. And thank you for all your support. Thank you for your regular comments. I always appreciate the comments. And I always will aim to reply back, unless I literally can't think of anything to say, which is very rare. I do like seeing all the comments, and I do appreciate all my subscribers. So, thank you very much, and I will meet you back here next time.